Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Suddhaspadiga Sankajam Shuddha Vidya Pradayakam Shuddham Purnam Chidanandam Sadashivamaham Shraye Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhodhyaya Kimkari Yasya Samaya Shankaracharya Mashraye Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bharati Karunapatram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudam Bharati Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekanam Vande Vedanta Tattvajnam Vidhushekara Bharatim Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibhoda Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavari Jatam Apara Karunya Sudhamburashim Sri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam. Om. We have started Tattvabodham, very important basic Prakarana Grantha for knowing Vedanta Shastra. The author starts his text with invocatory verse, which goes on like this: Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidhiyate. The meaning of this slokam is, the author, whose name is not known, which is not mentioned in this text, offers prostrations to his Guru Vasudevendra Yogindra, who taught him the most important self-knowledge. The author says, I am going to share this self-knowledge for the benefit of those people who seek moksham, that is moksha purushartham. Then the next one, the author starts, Sadhana chatushtaya sampannadhikarinam moksha sadhana bhutam tattva viveka prakaram vakshyamaha. He says, I am going to deal with self-knowledge through the method of self-enquiry to the eligible candidates, to the qualified persons. Then the next one is, it starts with Sadhana chatushtayam kim. Then the Guru answers. That is, what are the basic qualifications? Because for getting any degree or post-graduation, or for getting an expert knowledge into any field for that matter, one needs to acquire the necessary qualifications. For Bharatanatyam, a student goes through rigorous training under her Guru and then starts performing alone. For engineering also, one has to go through necessity qualifications. That is, he should have completed higher secondary entrance exams, and then only he can go and join. Similarly, for this self-knowledge also, basic requirements, basic qualifications are fourfold qualifications, fourfold virtues. So what are the fourfold disciplines or qualifications? Now the Guru answers, Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Iha Mutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaha Shamati Shatka Sampattihi Mumukshutvam Cheti. These are the four basic qualifications one should have. Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. Vivekaha, that is discriminative knowledge, which we saw in the last class. Today we will take up the other things. That is Viragaha, Iha Mutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaha. This is what he says. What is Viragam? Freedom from addiction, freedom from slavery to sense pleasures. The author is not against sense pleasures per se, but he says we should be very careful that they should not develop into addiction. That is what our Shastra is also against. So he says we should not become an addict or slavery to these sense pleasures. Sense pleasures are of two types. they are divided into two. One is present, current, what we are enjoying now, today, sense pleasures, and the other one is future sense pleasures. That is Iha Artha, what we are enjoying now, Amutra Artha, what we are planning to acquire and enjoy in future at a different time, at different place. Because human beings are in fact obsessed with the future. They are very, very capable. They spend a lot of time in planning for future. Building castles in the air, that's what we say. That is, a person would have joined a company just now. Then he will immediately start planning what he is going to do after 20 years, after 15 years, what will he do, what will be his position, what will be his salary. So should he build a house on his own or should he build a flat? All those planning immediately he will start. The moment he got into a company. Now a person gets married, he gets a child, he starts planning what this child will do. Will he get good education? Will he get good job? Will he get lot of money? Will he take me to, for example, this World Cup football match is over. So the next World Cup football, all those things he will start imagining, building castles in the air. This is, if you analyze our lifestyle, this is where we spend most of our time. So this is called obsession. Freedom from obsession is very much important. We say this is fantasy, fantasizing what will happen in future. This is what I am going to do. Can we do this? All those things. We are so preoccupied with the future, we miss the bus for today. We fail to enjoy what is available on our hands today. So, Iha Amutra Palam means a result of your own effort, Karma Palam. Present experiences, both pleasurable as well as painful experiences, and future pleasures, once again because of our Karma Phala, result of your own efforts and actions. Bhoga is enjoyment. So, the enjoyment with respect to sensory pleasures of the present and the future. Viragaha is freedom from addiction, obsession or slavery to these pleasures. This is viragaha. Then Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi. Shatkam means 6. Shama Adi means Shamam, etc. Sixfold inner disciplines, beginning with Shama. Shama is mental discipline, mind control, thought discipline. We have already seen in Upasana Yoga also, if you recollect. But in this text proper, we will see more details about the Adi. The author says Shama Adi. So we will see other, in fact, sixfold disciplines much later. As and when the author takes us through the details, we will go through. So now it is called sixfold self-discipline, inner discipline. Then Mumukshutvam Cheti. Cheti is Cha Iti. It is not a fifth qualification. It is Sanskritam Cha Iti. It is a conjunction. And Mumukshutvam, that is Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi and Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam we have already seen. That is desire for moksham. This is Mumukshutvam. Now the student he has got some bit of knowledge about all this. So he wants to know more details. So the student asks the teacher, Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Kaha. Hey Guru, what do you mean by discrimination? What do you mean by Vivekaha? Can you explain to me more? because the student wants to understand more. What is the discrimination between permanent thing and impermanent thing? The student wants to know more details. In fact, we wonder whether there is anything called permanent in this universe. In our lives, what we have been observing is all the objects, all the relations, people, everything keeps on changing without taking a break. One may live longer, he is living longer, but one day or the other he has to go. Mother Earth also has a limited time period. Only difference is she has very long life. Astronomers say that Earth is also has to go one day or the other. It is not permanent thing. Similarly, the sun, the stars, all of them will come to an end, maybe millions or billions of years later. We don't know, but they all will come to an end. That is, they are not permanent. All of them are impermanent. Is there a permanent thing at all? The student is wondering. Author says, fortunately, there is something which is permanent, which I will explain to you. That's what he says. Now, the Guru answers, Nityavastvekam Brahma Tat Vyadiriktam Sarvam Anityam Ayameva Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. That's what the author says. There is one permanent thing, only one, Ekam. And what is the name of that permanent thing is Brahma. Brahma, Brahman, Brahmam, all are synonymous. The word Brahma means to be big, infinitely big. A limitless entity is called Brahma. Brah means to be big. Brahma means infinitely big. The biggest thing, superlatively big. That is, we know only infinity. Because it is infinite and limitless, it is free from twofold limitations. What are the twofold limitations? Time-wise limitation and a space-wise limitation. If you take our physical body, now presently I am in Chennai. I am not in Bangalore, I am not in Calcutta, I am not anywhere. We know about that. If I am in Bangalore, I will not be in Chennai. So I can be in only one place at a time. So my physical body is limited by space, spatial limitation, space-wise limitation. Time-wise limitation, we all live in this century, 20th or 21st century. We were not here before we were born, before our date of birth. After the date of death, we are not going to be here. Thank God we don't know what will be our date of death. That is the one which keeps us going. So our life is also within this period only. So it is time-wise limitation. Whereas Brahman is limitless, therefore it does not have these two limitations. It is everywhere, it is all pervading. It is here, there, everywhere at the same time. Therefore, it is not space-wise limited. It is not restricted by space-wise limitation. And also time-wise, it was in the past, it is in the present, it is there, and it will be in future. All three periods of time it is there. It means it is eternal. It doesn't have time-wise limitation. Therefore, it is eternal. It doesn't have space-wise limitation. Therefore, it is all-pervading. Brahma means eternal and all-pervading entity. That is the only permanent thing in the whole universe. Now, if you ask, where is Brahman? Just now we told, everywhere. So, let us not have any confusion about this. In religious parlance, Brahman means Bhagavan. We can say Ishvara, Bhagavan as Brahman. In spiritual literature, in Vedanta Shastra, it is called Brahman. It is all pervading and therefore it is everywhere and it is present all the time. But you have to understand, you have to discern this knowledge as to what it is. You have to discover Brahman. This is our project. Tat vyatiriktam sarvam anityam. Other than this one Brahman, everything else is impermanent. Like people, objects, experiences, situations, whatever you name it, everything is impermanent, including the class also. So this is also limited by time. I will conclude this class with this. Then details we will see in the next class. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.